the bone. She knows about Bugatti, the magic in the air. Down in Bugatti, can't see it, but it's there. Bugatti, voodoo everywhere. Down in Bugatti, yeah, yeah. Hey, Bugatti, magic in the air. Down in Bugatti, voodoo everywhere. Bugatti, can see it, but it's there. Down in Bugatti, Bugatti, oh, Bugatti, magic in the air. Down in Bugatti, see it, but it's there. Bugatti, oh, yeah. Down in How many nights are spent on bourbon and Toulouse, all by the fire and the flame? Yeah. You took a chance that you would never lose, and now you ride the hurricane. Jackson Square, Old St. Pete, the wild Jamadoodles dancing in the street. Got Bugatti, there's magic in the air. Down in Bugatti, can't see it, but it's there. Bugatti, can feel it everywhere. Down in Bugatti, sees the river walk so far away. Told magic in the air. Down in Luongo-Rock. Can't see it, but it's there. Luongo-Rock. Can feel it everywhere. Down in Luongo-Rock. Sees the river walk so far away. Told from Algiers, there's no escape. Her heart and soul have crossed to Luongo-Rock. She better follow before it's too late. Mysterious illusions will draw you in. So say the girls at the gone begin. Got Luongo-Rock. There's magic in the air. Down in Luongo-Rock. Can't see it, but it's there. Woo! Luongo-Rock. Feel it everywhere. Down in
Oh!
how many names fit on the famous door?
That part. Anybody know what vieux carré means? Is?
How many souls
Anybody?
I have wandered up
I know
the
you do.
earth?
Happy Mardi Gras.
Yeah, happy Mardi Gras.
But that's not what it means.
I give you a hint. That's why we're playing the song.
Yes, it's got something to do with New Orleans.
Yeah. That's, yeah, quite a bit.
It would be French.
Vieux carré would be a song.
A very good song.
It's
like
good. I
that
love
song.
that song.
I love that song too. And Andy Timmons, he plays some mean guitar on that.
Yeah, true that.
Andy
He was-
Timmons from Danger. What else did he play with?
Andy?
Yeah,
He played with me.
that's right, he did.
And now I'll tell you the interesting thing about that track, boys and girls. Has anybody come up with the answer? No. I played everything except the guitar. Ooh. And I didn't sing it. That was Joe Lynn Turner singing. But that was a song that I wrote originally for Eric Clapton. Of course, as you probably have figured out by now, Clapton didn't do it. But I did get it to him. I know he got it because Bobby Pridden was good friends with him, and I sent it to Bobby and said, please make sure that Eric gets this track.
Who Bobby is.
Bobby is the sound man and probably the oldest member of The Who, meaning longest running member of The Who, except for the original guys. I guess it's safe to say that Bobby's been with The Who longer than Entwistle and Moon, maybe combined.
Longer than Entwistle?
He's still with him.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Okay, well, Robert D.
Robert D., yes.
Says, wow, did not realize you worked with Joe Lynn Turner. I am an old friend of his. When he was younger, he grew up in Hackensack, New Jersey. Then
Right.
he says, yes, we knew that. Joe was with a band named Fandango. We knew that too. And then he hit it big when he joined Blackmore's Rainbow. Yes, that's right. And Steve played with Blackmore's
Yes, I
Rainbow.
played, I was in that band for a week.
That's right. And then he says Joe is actually a solid guitar player on top of an excellent vocalist.
But he is an excellent vocalist. I've done more than one show with Joe. We went out on the road for a little while, and what was that, '08? And we did a bunch of stuff together. And he's sung on a couple of demos for me. He's a monster.
Oh, and you know what? Robert also last night asked a question that I never got to ask. He wanted to know which drums you preferred playing, your fives or your Grovers.
Well, that's an interesting question. I would think my fives, really, because that set was, the Grovers they're both amazing. I could go out and play them both for you now and let you know. I don't know. I would have to say the fives kit because it was so perfectly custom made to me and set up to my playing style. And that kit evolved over years and years, whereas the Grover kit, I used Grover Kit. I did only a few tours with. I did the AC/DC, the forklift tour with it. I did all the Entwistle tours with it. No, I didn't do all of them with it. Almost all of them.
Didn't do any Xander gigs with it.
No, I didn't do any Santa gigs
No.
with it. But it's a great kit. I mean, you know, for that band, there wasn't. I don't think the Fives would have.
We love those Grovers though.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
But which one was more fun? The Fives were
You
more.
love the DWs too. Wait.
D drums.
D drums. You love
Yeah,
those
but
D-drums.
that's he was saying to play.
Yes.
He has to play. I would have to go with the Fives kit because, as I said, it was just so. You know, it evolved over years, and everything I could play it blindfolded, and it always set up the same way, and I thought it was a beautiful kit. So that one, Fives.
What? Pat Romano said Fandango's guitar player was named Rick Blackmore.
No, wow, Pat.
What? Rick Blackmore? Seriously?
Blakemore. It says Blakemore.
Oh, I'm sorry, Blakemore. My mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Robert D said that was your signature set in Rat Race.
Yeah,
Yes.
agreed. Yeah, and there was not another band. I used that kit, I think, on some Mighty Joe Young gigs in '85, but those would have been the last shows for that kit. I love that kit. It was.
Did nobody guessed what View Carré meant?
No one guessed what View Carré.
No.
Pat, you don't know?
No, they don't know. Okay, shall we tell them?
No, I don't know. You want to give Pat a chance because he's, you know.
I don't think they feel like Googling.
They don't
it.
care. They don't care. It's Mardi Gras. I got to do with Mardi Gras. Where's the center of Mardi Gras? Center of Mardi Gras, I guess, would be in the French Quarter, and Vieux Carré would be French for French Quarter.
French Quarter. Vieux Carré. Well, actually, when you're getting off the exit,
Yeah, it
go
says
to the
Vieux
French
Carré.
Quarter. It doesn't say French Quarter. It
No,
says
it doesn't.
Vieux Carré.
Because they don't want the string, you know. You don't know where it is. Don't go down
Don't
there.
go there.
Don't go there. So
Pat said, let's have it. Well, there you go.
Well,
You
that
got
was it. That was it, Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, it was, and if you listen to the lyrics, well,
it was about
the French
everything in
Quarter.
the French
All of
Quarter.
those things, all of the things that it mentions in there, the wild Chapatoulas and Bourbon and Toulouse and
That's Bourbon Street and Toulouse Street.
right, and the Riverwalk and Algiers, which is right across the Mississippi
The
River.
Fire and the Flame, which is at Pat O'Brien.
Right, the Fire and the Flame is it's like a fountain with fire coming out of it at Pato's, and then the world famous Gunga Den.
Yes, the girls at the Gunga Den.
So say the girls at the Gunga Den.
Transvestites that did a show, and I actually worked right next door to the Gunga Den at Houlihan's.
I had to import those lyrics. And Marie Laveau,
Yeah, the
right?
Voodoo
The
Queen.
Voodoo Queen, she's in there.
Yeah.
Mysterious illusions will pull you in. So say the girls at the Gunga Den.
Because they look so much like.
Because they look like girls.
Yeah, they don't look
I
like
mean-
men dressed like girls. Like
No,
he saw
it's,
one that saw it looked like Cheryl.
Yeah, they're going the extra mile.
Cheryl
down
Ladd.
there, man.
And he went,
It's,
that girl looks just like Cheryl Ladd. And I knew as a
Yeah.
transvestite. And I went, go say hi to her. And he went, hello. And she went, hello.
Yeah, it was, whoops.
Hello.
Not that, hey, listen, you know, it was, I'm just, you know what? It's all show business. That's the thing.
right.
All show business.
business.
And that person was very good at their gig. Simple as that. We'll have them on the show.
That was a long time
Have
ago.
they on
That
the
was
show?
like-
I don't understand that
I
whole
don't-
thing. I got to look that
That
up.
was about 40 years ago.
Yeah. Well, there was no they then. Right?
What?
They, them,
wait.
you know, them.
No. Richard D's got
Steve,
something else
although
to
he was
say.
using the stage name, that was
Wasn't that Gordon from Rat Race Choir on keyboards?
on that song.
Not on that song. In the John Entwistle band.
Yeah, no, he was using. Well, that's an interesting story, and while we're waiting for Del to chime in, I'll tell it to you.
And there's no H in Entwistle.
And there's no H and N whistle. Yeah.
John does not like that.
Don't let him see that.
Don't let him see that.
Gordon, when he was in Rat Race, was Gordon Cohen. Cohen, right? And I think his mom lived in Mississippi.
She did.
And he went down to hang out with her because Gordon had some other skills that he could exploit in Mississippi. And no, he did good down there.
That's right.
And so he went to get his license changed, and he wrote down on his, on his application for the license, Gordon Cohen, Cohen, and they probably had never heard that name in that part of Mississippi, and they thought it said cotton.
Right, because he crossed.
So it looks
H.
like he crossed the two T's,
Right.
Gordon Cotton. So that's not a stage name; that's a Mississippi moniker.
Yeah, so he kept it.
Yeah, so he kept. I mean, he was a nefarious character, so an extra name here and there wouldn't hurt along the way.
Oh man.
But yeah, that was it.
Our guest should be coming in any minute.
Our guest should be coming in
Our
any
guest
minute.
tonight, Del Casher, who invented the wah-wah pedal.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Of course, it'd be nice if I uploaded Angus's.
And I wonder if the song by George Harrison, Wah Wah, was about that. Remember that
I don't
song?
know. We'll ask Del.
Wah Wah.
No, I think it was about maybe people whining.
Oh.
I don't know. I'd have to look at the lyrics.
Oh me my, oh me mine.
I me mine.
I me mine. That was about people whining.
I should play that. Well, I didn't
That's
play
good.
on that
Play
though.
that tomorrow night.
Yeah, I didn't
You
play on it.
produced it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shucks.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah.
So,
So, let me get Angus's thing up here. Sorry guys, it's been a crazy day. I've been transferring files. I sent 5 files to the label today for Oxzoomed.
We did some chainsawing in the yard.
Yeah, I did some lumberjack. See, we've been watching Yellowstone.
We've been doing it way before we've been watching Yellowstone.
Yeah, but now we do it and spit tobacco. now we do it while wearing
We
chaps.
take the extension cord and try to
Take the extension cord and and guess
rope
who's
those
here? We try to rope
logs.
some stumps.
Yeah, we think we're tough now.
Stump
We think we're
ropers.
cowboys out
We
there
are.
now.
And I got
if
the
they
hat.
can do it, we can do it.
That's right. Okay, here comes Del.
Was Hendrix the first to use the wah-wah or Clapton and
I don't know.
Creed?
We'll find out.
Yes, we will.
Del.
Hey, how you doing there?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. I'm hanging in pretty well. And for some reason, I recognize your name because you did some stuff with guitars, showing popular songs with guitars.
No. I did the art of guitars for,
No, you're a different guy.
yeah, guitars, and you don't want to put guitars near me.
Never grow that long. I never could get it to grow that long.
That's all right, man. So, nice to see you, and thanks for being here.
Oh, nice to see you too. It's glad to be here on this side of the earth.
Yeah, well, believe me, I'm the overlord up here. I'm checking to see if everything's cool, and we're good so far. I understand that you invented the wah-wah.
That's right. I sure did. It's not a matter. It's a fact, okay? And the fact of the matter is, I did not design the actual circuit of this. The circuit was a copy to change and take the British circuit of from England. What was the famous amplifier out of England that the Beatles used?
Vox.
The Vox, yeah.
Super
took that,
Beetle, yeah.
And they took that, and what they did was they modified it and made it into a solid state mid-range boost, but there was a little switch, click, click, click. And so you want and make it sound a little louder. Oh, click more, and make a little. The amplifier is only 135 watts. That's all, and everybody wanted to play louder. So that's why they came up with Dick Denny came up with the idea. So anyway, here in Sepulveda, their brilliant engineers were brainy guys that was solid state. Everything was solid state. No tubes, no tubes. And so they said, turn this into solid state. Oh, okay, we'll do it. Oh, well, they got the switch. Oh, it's click, click, click. How much is that switch going to cost? Oh, that's going to cost $1.55. Well, we can't pay that kind of money. What can we do cheaper? Oh, we make it into a rotary switch.
A
Oh,
pot.
so just rotate it like a a volume control. And so now I am now playing with the Vox Ampliphonic Orchestra, and I'm flipping this switch around, and I'm saying, "What the hell here? This is the sound I've been looking for like the last 30 years." So I went right away to Stan Cutler, the head of engineering, and I said, "I want you to put that circuit into a pedal because you can use it with a 9-volt battery." Now, before that, see, tubes, you had to plug it in the wall. Right. I know you look very bright. So
Well, no, I believe me, I know more. Thank you for that. I know more than a little bit about tubes, 6L6s.
I know. The thing was, it was phenomenal in 1966 to have everything solid state. No tubes, no tubes. So they put the circuit into a pedal, and I said, "What pedal?" And I said, "Just take the goddamn pedal make the pedal that is off a volume control pedal from a Vox organ. Simple as that, okay?" Can you see this?
Yes, I can.
Can you
Oh
see this?
man,
This
come!
is the original prototype wah-wah pedal.
Oh man, hang on. I got. Let me focus in on that for the peoples because that's
And,
amazing.
so what Stan Cutler did not do, he was a very dishonest man and crooked. Never heard of that before. But he
Not in the music
bothered
business.
to tell anybody that this was Dell's idea. And I said, "This is what I want in the pedal." So they put it in the pedal. They gave it to me. So here's your pedal. This is the prototype, original. It comes in a special red bag.
Wow.
Yeah, so especially. So I said to Joe Benarin, the president of Vox, I said, "Listen, I got to make people hear what the wah-wah guitar can do." They said, "Why would you want the guitar to go wah-wah?" And I said, "Well, because it's a cool sound. It's like a harmonica, play with." And nah, that's a dumb idea. That's stupid. Well, let's call it James Brown, and he's head of blues and all that. So I got a picture with me and James Brown.
Oh, soul brother number one.
And Brown, and I'm playing for Brown, and Brown says, "Yeah, you play great guitar, Joe, but why do you want the guitar to go wah?" I said, "Because it's a cool sound, James." And so one after another. So they said, "You better go to a cocktail party with all the famous composers for motion pictures at the Century City Plaza Hotel." And so there,
What year? What year is this?
1966, 100 years ago. And 1960, so anyway, I've got my guitar there and I'm playing the wah pedal. And the old guys, they're like 40 years old men. I'm 22 years old. And I look at a 40-year-old guy, man, they're pretty old. And so they're drinking their champagne and what's that crazy kid? He's making a funny sound. Is there something wrong with him mentally? I mean, who the hell won? We're not going to use that in a movie. What the hell are they doing there? So I figured this is a disaster. This is something wrong because people don't understand what wah can do. And so I knew what trumpets could do with it. I knew horns could do it, and a guitar should do it. The same thing with harmonica. And so I'm closing up my guitar and I'm ready to leave. And I'm saying, "Screw this." I said, "Man, this is a waste of time. Everybody is an idiot. Either I'm the smartest guy in the world or I'm the dumbest guy in the world." So I'm packing up and some guy runs up to me, Hey kid, give me your phone number." I said, "What for?" He says, "Well, there's a composer here in the group and he loves that sound that you've got in there. He wants to use you at Universal Pictures Really? I said, well, here's my phone number. I don't have a card, but here's my phone number right here. It's Hollywood, so and so. So she says, okay, tomorrow morning, Universal's going to call you in the morning, 10 o'clock. Be sure to pick up the phone. And I said, no problem. You got that right. I've never heard that story before. So don't worry, they're going to call you. Next morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. This is Universal Pictures. This is Del Casher. And I said, yeah. Vic Mizzy, who wrote The Addams Family, heard you play the wah-wah pedal. He wants to use you in his motion pictures with Phyllis Diller doing the talking, and you're going to be doing the wah-wah, all the sound in there, called The Traveling Sales Lady. And they said, are you available to play with a 60-piece orchestra? You'll be the featured opening, and then you got to play the fuzz tone guitar, then you're going to play the wah guitar, and then close with the ending. So you open the show, and you close the show with the wah-wah. And I said,
Wow.
yeah, I can do that. Okay, well, great. Thank you very much. Oh, no, wait, don't hang on. What are you doing 2 weeks from now? We got a Tony Curtis movie called Don't Make Waves. Can you play that one too? And I said, well, let me look at my book. I'm awfully busy, you know. And so I said, yeah, I can do that at MGM. And they said, we've got 2 other movies with Don Knotts called The Shakiest Gun in the West and Don't Make Waves. No, not Don't Make Waves. The Shakiest Gun in the West and another film by Don Knotts. So they said, can you do these other 2 movies in between that? Do you have time? And I said, yeah, I guess I can find time to do that. But you have to, what is that thing you got? I said, it's called a wah-wah pedal. Oh, whatever that thing is, bring it with you to the session. So the top guitar player in Hollywood was Mr. Bitchin, Tommy Tedesco, who's called on everything. Everybody played guitar. Without Tommy Tedesco, you know, you can't do anything. So Tom Tedesco was the #1 guitar player for Vic Mizzy. So I showed up the first, there's 60 musicians, string players around me, and I'm the first guy to arrive there. I wrote and I set up, and they said, Del, you're playing first chair guitar. I said, okay, I'll sit right here. But Tommy walks in and says, what happened here? Oh, Tommy, you're playing rhythm guitar. You're not playing lead guitar. I said, oh, okay, fine. And I know Tommy's brilliant mind. He's thinking, when Del screws up, then I'll come in and save it. But he didn't know I had the wah-wah pedal.
Wow, and that's unbelievable. Yeah. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And it wasn't just a matter of wacka 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 wacka. It was da 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 da, and I'm doubling with strings. Da 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 da. Okay, 1,000 notes across there, and so I nailed it the first time. First take. They said, "Perfect. That's just exactly what we wanted." So I did the whole session with the wah-wah pedal, the fuzz tone. I used the Vox fuzz pedal that they made. There's a name for it, what they used.
Fuzz tone, not the arbiter, not the fuzz face.
Not the fuzz.
No, that was Dallas Arbiter.
No, not the fuzz face. So anyway, but anyway, I had to do wah-wah, I had fuzz tone, rhythm guitar, lead guitar, then end up the last 32 bars of the whole cue was featuring me on the wah-wah pedal. Now that's where hell can break loose. You can do everything perfectly, but you don't punch in 1966. It's all going to mag. You screw that up and you're dead. Move out of town. If you
wow, right.
Not one mistake was made. Not one mistake was made. Everything was perfect, and it went right into the Phyllis Diller movie called "Don't Make." The Shakiest was the traveling sales lady. Excuse me.
So let me ask you a question. If we watch these films, if we watch the Don Knotts films or any of that, we'll hear the music. Obviously, we'll recognize the wah-wah pedal.
They're floating around. They're floating around. And who was the first guy that ever recorded? It wasn't Eric Clapton. It was me.
Oh.
Wow. Eric used it before Jimi Hendrix? Did Clapton use it before Hendrix?
Uh, Guys came centuries later.
I get it.
In the middle, I did this in January, February for Vic Mizzy. I'm the first to record it. And then
Right.
around June, I called up my friend, a guy named Frank Zappa. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I did Space Boy with him, and I would play the Shrine Auditorium with him. I'm ripping on the guitar, and so Frank said, "Can you play guitar with my band?" I said, "I don't know. I'm working with Lawrence Welk and Frank Sinatra. What's the name?" And he says, "The band's called the Mothers." Mothers? What's
Mothers of Invention.
Yeah, the
that's going to say about me playing with the mothers of what? Well, we might change it to the Mothers of Invention, but can you play the Shrine? So I said, okay, I'll play it. So we worked. I worked with Frank Zappa all that time. So I got to know Frank very well. He wanted me to travel with him to New York. I said, Frank, listen, when you go to New York, I'm giving you a copy of one of my wah-wah pedals. Take it with you, and I want you to show it to this kid. His name is Jimi Hendrix. Is it called Hendrix? Hendrix? Jimi Hendrix, I guess. So show this kid what this pedal can do. And the rest is history.
Oh man, is it
went
his?
out and bought up about 5 of them and had them all modified according to the specs of my pedal. My pedal sounds better than the Dunlap pedal. Mine is more musical. It sounds more like a horn. It sounds more like a harmonica. It doesn't pierce the ears. And this is why it's a very, very rare pedal. So that's my horrific, horrible story of my wah-wah pedal.
Well, I tell you what, I'll tell you, and I know the last time I used a wah-wah pedal, and I actually did the transfers from the track today. You know, I played with John Entwistle, who, I'm doing a record of rarities that we did together that we created over the years, and there's a song that we wrote called "Endless Vacation," and at the end of the song, during the recording of this album, he was constantly taking the piss out of the Who by doing a little thing here. Hope I get old before I die. My degeneration, right? And at the end of the song, I said, okay, well, if you're going to do that, then let's do the "Won't Get Fooled Again" thing. You know, now that's done on a synthesizer, but we did it. But John was playing the notes, and I was rocking the wah-wah pedal back and forth, so it opened and closed. So that record's about to come out.
Wacka, wacka, wacka type of thing.
It's unbelievable, and it was a Vox, I will tell you that for sure.
But you know what they did? When the pedal was open, it was plus, and when it was down, it was minus. So plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. You had to do like that. And you had to read the notes and the plus and minuses. So it wasn't wacka, wacka, wacka. And I had to do it exactly with the horn parts as they were moving their hand. And that was not something that I've heard any other, including my hero, Eric Clapton. He came in with Cream years later at the end of November. So he is not the first one to ever use. And Jimi Hendrix was a very clever young boy.
Oh.
And so he heard the sound of my pedal because I made a demo cardboard record, and it showed how a wah-wah is supposed to sound, playing blues, how to play rock, how to play different types of music, funk music, and every one of them. And Joe Benarin, the president of Vox, said, I don't know, Del, nobody wants this thing. This is a bad idea.
Nah, not Barry White. Barry White would never use anything like that.
As a favor to you, you make a recording and you record it in your garage studio, and we'll put out a cardboard record and we put it in the magazines. We're not going to spend the money for vinyl because it's not worth it. Nobody wants it. Who wants a guitar to go wah? So,
That's incredible, man. And you know, I doubt that there's anybody that's out there that hasn't heard the sound or doesn't recognize it. But the thing that I liked, and I'll tell you another funny story about that. When we were kids, early '70s, our guitar player finally saved up enough money to buy the wah wah pedal, and only the problem was we said he used it in every song. You can't use it in every song. You can't use it in a ballad. You can't. And we said it was like a guy walking down the street and he trips and decides to walk the rest of the way down the street that way. But it was incredible to hear that because that was pre-synthesizer. I mean, well, pre-consumer synthesizer. And that's it. It doesn't. It makes total sense that the motion picture industry picked up on that because they were the first ones to use a theremin in the science fiction movies, right? And so it made, when you said that, it just made total sense to me that because they were always looking for the new sound. They were all, I mean, that's what those studios did, was look to push the envelope because it was a modern emerging technology. The fact that you did that all the way down to magnetic strip for you people, that's that's a whole nother story with a 60-piece orchestra.
About the new sounds. My idol was a picture of this guy. This guy.
Oh,
Actually, the reflection is bad. I don't know if I can make it right. It's hard to see.
oh, to Dad. Oh, Les. Yes, Les. Absolutely.
Yeah, Les Paul.
To Dell, it says.
That's a 15-year-old Dell.
Wow.
Les Paul guitar, and I was determined to be. I wanted to do something that was a new sound. I'm no Les Paul. You know, Les Paul is the greatest in the world, and so I don't know whether the wah wah pedal became more popular than the Les Paul sound or not. I don't know.
Well,
I think
it
maybe.
became, I think it became more pervasive. You know, I mean, there's all sorts of, first of all, the fact, because I'm sure when you were using, well, let's go all the way back to the Beetle amp, right? That's a tube amp, and the circuit was in a tube amp, right? It's just a circuit board that creates the sound, lets you adjust the sound. So it's really a treble and bass thing, right? I mean, you're opening and closing.
It's not quite treble. It's a mid-range of the hearing. It's like hearing over a telephone from 1901. and it's a curve. It's a very sharp curve. Very few people understand that curve, including Dunlop. They didn't understand that the curve has to be very, very narrow. So like on television, sometimes you can't, when they're talking on interviews, it's, you know, the next thing we have here, I don't understand what you're saying. My wife said, my hearing going bad? I said, no, the guy that's doing the recording, his hearing's gone bad. So you're hearing around 2,700 cycles to 3,000 cycles. You got to hear that range. That's the way God made our ears. And that's why Dick Denny made that mid-range boost, so that when you heard that, wow, it was loud.
What, and it was 2K, the boost?
It was between 27 and 3,000 boost. And
Wow.
here's how the curve went. It went like this, and then down. Way up. And down. We didn't have that kind of circuit until solid state came in.
Wow. Sorry.
That's
So-
right. TJ is watching the show.
Oh, TJ's watching the show.
And he said to ask you
Great.
about
No.
the Echoplex and Mr. Roland.
Oh, the Echoplex. Well,
Did you invent those too?
the Echoplex and Mr. Roland?
Well, now don't use the word echoplex, because echoplex.
He used it.
TJ did.
Yeah, I've got it on writing.
I don't even know what that means.
It's a machine. Go ahead. But the Roland, Space Echo.
No. Oh, wrong.
Okay.
All right, let's start all over again. I'm with the #1 selling album in Japan called The Three Sons in Japan. We have the top selling records. And at that time, during that time, I was inventor of a device called the Echophonic. and it was a tape delay that went around a cartridge. He could move the head around all the way around. And so when I get up on stage and I'd be featured on a solo, and I go, and it would go, and the Japanese go, oh, what's that sound? Little Japanese man, little short Japanese man that was renting the organ to us, he came up to me, he said, that echophonic, I, I, I buy from you. I buy echophonic from. No, this is my prototype. I can't sell to you. Oh no, I want to buy from you. So next concert, he says, I give you American dollars if you sell me echophonic. I said, no, Mr. Kakahashi, I can't sell it to you. And then finally, the fourth time, he comes up to me and he said, Del, I have 4 beautiful Japanese girls who want to meet you. Can you take picture with girls? And I said, well, yeah, after the show, yeah, I'll take. So in comes 4 beautiful Japanese girls, and they stand around me, and I'm sitting there with my guitar. And he said, oh, wait 1 minute. Can you hold echophonic on your lap? Hold echophonic right here on your lap while the girls are standing around you. So, okay, fast forward, end of story. I finished my tour with Japan, come back to Los Angeles as a rock star. And then 15 years later, around 1975, I get a phone call. And they said, is this Dale Casher? And I said, yes, it is. They said, well, the chairman of the Roland Music Corporation knows you and wants to talk to you. And I said, what? No. I don't know anybody at Roland. I don't know anybody at all. You got the wrong Dale Casher. Somebody else is wrong. No. He knows you. He gets on the phone. He said, Del, this is Taro Kakahashi. I'm chairman of Roland Music Corporation. I founded the corporation because of your echophonic. You inspired me. And I want you to come to Japan as my guest and help me invent the Roland guitar synthesizer.
The guitar synthesizer, the G whatever it was that they made?
No, the Roland guitar synthesizer. And he said, I want you to help design it and invent it with me. And I want you to perform on all the shows on NHK and all the networks and show that the guitar can sound like an orchestra, like a keyboard. And he knew that my picking technique was very, very precise. And so I did the tours with him. And
wow, man.
Taro Kakahashi and I were personal, close friends. He said, when you come to Japan, bring your wife and bring your son. Only one thing you cannot do. You must leave wallet at airport. Cannot bring money in. I pay for everything.
Oh.
So
wow.
That was Taro. I'm in Taro Kakahashi's book.
Wow.
That's amazing. I mean, Roland, what a massive company they became. And I mean, God, I can't tell you how much Roland gear I have somewhere or another. Amazing.
Again, I'm no Les Paul. I'm not an inventor of sound like Les Paul is.
He's no Del Casher. Right? I mean, come on. We all occupy our own space. You know, it's the guys that came first.
You know who's a friend of mine? Les Paul's son, Gene Paul. And he's asking me to tell all the stories about his dad and I used to have conversations till 3 o'clock in the morning every night. And I'd record all the conversations. And
really?
Les and I became real close friends.
That's incredible. And
but he did not invent the echophonic. Oh, by the way, you mentioned another name. It's called. You said the Echoplex and the space.
Echoplex.
So you said a space echo.
Roland Space Echo, yeah.
And so Kakahashi said to me, he said, "You're not giving me echophonic, so I invented space echo."
I remember the clear cartridge on the top with the tape. Is that the one? Is that where the you could see the tape moving through it?
Mm-hmm.
And you could move the head position to change how the echo
You
happened.
move it this far away from here to here. But my tape swing all the way around a circular center, and it would go all the way around here, and I could actually overdub 16 bars of music. So I was like the predecessor of doing overdubs with a tape on stage. Now,
Wow.
what I found out about Gene Paul was Gene didn't know about my echophonic, and he was trying to use an Ampex tape recorder, had only one speed echo. I had any speed I wanted. I could go click, 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 or click, 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 or click, click, click. And it's too bad that Les Paul didn't recall about that.
Well, listen, I invented a little thing called the drum rack, and
You didn't patent it, though.
I didn't patent it, and now I think it's Who Makes Them Pearl and Gibraltar. Yeah, listen, that's showbiz, my friend.
Yep.
Necessity is the mother of invention, no pun intended. But what you did with that Vox circuit, that's brilliant, because even if they put it in a switch, it had to be a notched switch. It wasn't like a pot, like a smooth potentiometer, right? The had to be like clicks, so you got boost at different places. For you to put that in a pedal,
You wanted to sweep to your hearing, and so that it would sweep wide or narrow, and you could go like to wah or to wah or to wah to wah, whatever sound. But it had to be musical, and some of the wah wah pedals that made sense at time were very harsh. And think, oh, just pick it real hard and goes way up, and then it hurts your hearing. And I remember a lot of musicians would say that damn wah wah pedal hurts my ears. And I said, that's because they designed it wrong.
so they didn't have the right curve on it.
They didn't have the right curve. No.
Well, just in let's see what.
Well, TJ's got a lot of things to
TJ.
say.
Well, TJ reminded me about Roustabout.
Yes, yes. I got an interesting set of pictures. Let me take a look here.
Where's the picture of you with the Japanese girls? That's the picture I want to see.
That's what I should have gotten and made a copy of. I have to. I'm sure my wife won't be too jealous. Those girls are probably on crutches right now. So
Yeah.
Really?
I got
Is that an echophonic on your lap, or are you just happy to see me?
I got the echophonic on my lap. Yeah, not the girls. No, he wanted only the echophonic. He didn't care about the girls. But
Tricky.
I got this photograph and
Wow.
several other pictures of. I'm looking here. I thought I had them here, but it's from a guy named Peter and Tom from Vienna, Austria, and it says here. Thank you for all the work that he did in cinema. Being an Elvis fan, to reach out to people who work with him, of course, with Roustabout, I wonder if it'd be easy to work with you. And he also says Roustabout. He wanted me to know what it was like to work with Elvis. So I had to sign a bunch of phonographs to Tom, to Peter, to Alice, to everybody else. And he sent me a return envelope back with that wanting me to know what was it like to work with Elvis. Well, let me tell you, this is before the wah wah pedal and after the echophonic Japan.
Wow. Okay.
I was a busy guy. I mean, my neighbors all said, your husband never walks. Do you realize he runs up the stairs, runs down the stairs, runs over here? I was busy all the time. So I was working all the time with everybody, and so when I did when I worked with Elvis, I got a call. They said, we want you to work with Elvis Presley over at Paramount Pictures. And I said, no, I don't want to work with this guy. He's a lousy guitar player. He's awful. And I don't want, and 12 hours a day on stage. I don't want to waste my time with a guy like that. And it's, oh, come on, Dell. Look, it'll pay 12 hours of work. You'll be good paid. You'll be there for a week. You get a chance to know Elvis and all that. You get to know Elvis. Really? Is that true? Okay. So I finally said, I'll do it. So I get on the set with Elvis and Barbara Stanwyck, Pat Buttram, a lot of stars on the show. And it roused about Elvis did all of his own stunts on motorcycles, his own. He didn't use a stunt man. He did it himself.
Wow.
So anyway, we're setting up a deal with there's always like 14 girls on stage and Elvis. And I'm in the background playing the guitar, like, what the hell am I doing here? Nobody's going to look at me. They're going to look at the girls. So I'm thinking, I'm wasting my time on this stupid thing. This is a dumb, I knew it was a dumb job to take. And I was mad at myself for taking it. But then finally I sat there and I'm just going to practice the guitar. So I'm practicing the guitar and so everybody leaves for lunch, except one person. This one person stared at me like this, and I'm practicing the guitar. And I'm thinking, what the hell is this? Elvis is staring at me now. Oh, I was told if anybody talks to Elvis, you're fired. I don't know what this said.
It's not the first time I've heard that story.
No,
I'm not about Elvis. I heard it about Prince from Clark Gate.
Parker screamed that out. He said, "You go up and talk to Elvis, you're fired." So he comes up to me very politely as I'm practicing, and very politely says, "Excuse me, may I say something?" And I looked up. I said, "What do I do? Say no? I can't talk to you?" Or I said, "I don't know." I said, what is it?" He said, "Well, I've been listening to you play guitar." And he said, "I'd give anything if I could play guitar like you." He said, "Would you give me lessons?"
Wow.
And I said, "Well, I live close by in Hollywood. You want to come over to my house?" He said, "Yeah, I could arrange that." And I had a studio at home, and Red West was one of his stuntmen.
Yeah, sure.
And so I knew Red very well. So before that lunch, nobody knew me. Nobody gave a damn about who I was and anything like that. They all come back from lunch, and Red West and everybody said, "Hey, buddy, Dell, hey, man, hey, cool. How come you haven't been hanging out with us? Man, like Elvis has got parties, and can you go to some of the parties and all?" And I suddenly, I'm like number one on the set. And so Elvis was the most polite, gentleman, wonderful, wonderful person in the world. And I got to tell you, it was a real privilege to be with Elvis. So I am so proud. I've got many, many pictures of this.
And what are you playing there? What is that axe?
Well, this is at Paramount Pictures.
Right, but what guitar? What instrument is that? What?
You'd have to ask that. That's a Stromberg guitar.
Oh, okay,
Oh, you
Stromberg.
got top billing. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
Del
That's
Castor
awesome.
and Elvis Presley.
Guitar's worth $50,000.
Whoa.
Wow.
And
That's awesome, Del. That's pretty cool, dude. That's amazing.
so I got many, many shots. And as Elvis was leaving for lunch, he points to me. He said, "Del, I love your playing. You're going to be in the movie with me forever." What the hell is he talking about now? I don't understand. What's he talking about? Forever for what? It's already been set up. The girl's over here. I'm way over there. I'm on the other side of the stage. I'm never going to be seen. I'm behind 20 girls. And what he did was he broke through the girls and came over and stood alongside of me and sang right to me, scared the hell out of me.
Wow.
I mean, the camera's moving like this, and there's no second takes. It's like, that's it. And I'm thinking, oh my God, oh yeah, I'm having a good time. Yeah, I'm smiling. Yes, that's very nice. My heart was beating like that. I thought, how do I get myself into this one? But Elvis meant what he said. You're going to be in this movie forever.
That's man.
Great.
That's the way
Well,
that
he was used to all all the girls. He wasn't used to
Yeah, he
great
wasn't used to
guitar
the
players.
musicians. He was
That's
used to the
right.
girls. He was wanting to be with the musicians.
That's right.
Excellent, man. That's history. That's
Yeah, it
and
is.
did you meet the Colonel? Was the Colonel on the set?
Well, Colonel he was bouncing around. He'd walk around. You know who I am? I'm Colonel Tom Parker, and you're not. And shut the heck.
So that's where Chevy Chase got that from.
Yeah, he would always say, anybody talks to Elvis, you're going to be fired. I didn't talk to Elvis. Elvis talked to me. So
Right.
I had no choice. Elvis forced me to talk to him.
For you, I saw
Aren't
it.
you glad he did?
Oh, that's great, man, boy! And that's so we've got some movies to watch this week. Check these things out. That's what awesome tales, man! And I tell you what, no matter what anybody says, you know that you forever altered the musical landscape with those devices. I mean, there's no question that. I mean, what Hendrix did with the wah-wah pedal, the way he used to open it up when he'd smear a string, it's just, he got it. And he sort of, I mean, you know, for me, I don't know who used it first. I know you used it first.
You did, yes,
and,
Dale did.
And bravo. But,
Yes.
man, I mean, that thing spoke to me. It spoke to me. And like I said, I used one with a bass going through it on a record. It's an incredible contribution, especially pre-synthesizer days. There was no new sounds back then, so I'm not at all surprised that the motion pictures got onto. That's just, and man, that's incredible. What a great story, and it's 10 to 8 already. I didn't play my commercial.
Okay, well, TJ says.
This was incredible, Del.
TJ said, ask Dell how many guitars did Leo Fender give him?
Okay, how many guitars did Leo Fender give you?
Well, it starts out with I came to California and I was playing a Gibson. A Gibson had I used to go up to Gibson, Kalamazoo, and I got to know Ward Albanis and the vice president, Julius Belson. And I'd have my Gibson all tuned up and all that. And I had a radio show called The Mini Guitars of Del Casher. And I'd overdub rhythm guitar, then lead guitar, then I'd speed up the tapes and do all kinds of things. And it was on in Hammond, Indiana, one of the principal cities of America, Hammond, Indiana. And so anyway, they knew I had a radio show. So Julius Belson said, I want you to come into my office. And he had this beautiful ES5 3 pickup Gibson guitar sitting on the chair. He said, this is our new model, Del. And he said, since you're such a follower of Les Paul, maybe you can come up with some new ideas. And we'd like to have you have this guitar and experiment with it, but we can't give it to you. You have to sell it. Well, the guitar was $550. I could buy a car for that. And I said, oh, thank you very much, but I don't think I can do that, you know. He said, well, you just make me an offer. I mean, you don't have to, whatever you think you can afford, whatever you want to give us, you just have to give us something. Just give us something. I said, to my dad, I said, how much money? He said, I got $70. That's all I've got in my wallet. And Julius Bill said, that's fine. $70 is fine. It's yours. But no case.
No case.
And so anyway, I came to California, back to Leo Fender, and I'm playing Gibson guitar, and I got a job. And this guy named, I don't know if you ever heard of his name, is Gene Autry.
I know Gene Autry, of course.
Singing Cowboy.
Have you heard of him? So they called
Singing Cowboy. My brother had his guns and hat. My brother's a little older than me.
Do you know how to play country music? I said, yeah, I play country music. I play anything you want. I play whatever I play jazz, anything for money, I'll do it. They will come on down to the studio. I want you to read this part. And it was a simple little part. And I could read all the notes and all that. And they said, you're hired. So I'm playing my Gibson guitar. And I'm thinking, I'm playing country music. I should be playing a Fender, shouldn't I? So I called up Leo Fender and I said, Leo, this is Dale Casher. I'm working with some guy named Leo. With his name is Gene Autry. And I said, do you think I could come down and take a look at some guitars? And he said, well, you're a jazz guitar player, aren't you? I said, no, I'm everything. I said, I got a Gibson. He said, well, come on down, and I got a Jazz Master guitar I want you to try out. So I go down and I pick up a Jazz Master guitar. And he said, do you like the guitar? And I said, yeah, it's good. It's good. Good guitar. I said, how much is, he said, oh, just take it, borrow it, just borrow it. So I played it for a while and it wasn't working well for country music. So I called up Leo Fender and I said, Leo, I hate to bother you, but can I come back down? I think I need something like a Telecaster. So he said, well, come on over and take a look. So I go over to look at the factory and I see about 50 guitars out there. He said, pick out a guitar you like. So I pick up a Telecaster and he says, how do you like this Telecaster? I said, I love this guitar. This plays great. And this is 1963.
Oh.
Seems like yesterday, okay.
Yeah.
So I pick up this blonde neck guitar, this painted white guitar, and Leo said, if you like the guitar, you can borrow it. So I said, well, Leo, I got the TV show. I said, how long can I borrow it? How long can I borrow the show? He said, you don't have to give it back until you stop playing it. As long as you play it, you can keep it. So I went back down. I kept the Telecaster, and then I called up Leo again. I said, I'm doing a movie with Jerry Lewis called The Patsy. And I'm playing a lot of rock and roll stuff. And he says, well, we've got a new model coming out called the short neck model guitar Fender.
The Mustang? No. The Jet.
No, not the Mustang. This is
Jazz Master, and I know the guitar you're talking about, and I don't know why I can't think of the name of it.
It's got a short neck.
Yeah.
I'll get a picture of me. If I get your email, I'll send you a picture of me opening up the show with Jerry Lewis playing the Patsy.
I'd love to see that. I would love to see that. Now, let me ask you this: the Jazz Master, was that the one that had the black little switches on it that slid back and forth?
Yeah, little slide switches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was a great guitar, but for country music, the telly is bitching.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, that's like, yeah.
I did the NBC nightly news theme on Channel 4, and I recorded it, and I used my telly on it, and that telly is today sounds as clear as a bell.
Oh man.
There is no other guitar like it.
Wow.
I'm very, very privileged to have. And you know what? I'm still playing those guitars, and so I haven't called Leo Fender back.
Leo's not looking for him. I got news for you. He's not. Don't worry about Leo. He's good. He did okay for himself, Leo. Oh, Del, man, this was just this hour flew by, man. I hope, will you come back? I mean, can we have you back again? Because I think we've only gotten through the first chapter.
I got a little more storage. You have 30 seconds more. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No, I got 30 seconds. I got 45.
People are saying Jaguar. Was that the
Jaguar, the Jaguar, Fender Jaguar.
Jaguar. Thank you, Jaguar.
Yeah, well, two of our fans said
The
that.
blue Jaguar. Be sure to give me your email.
I will.
I'll send it to you. Okay. So there's a guy named Sylvester Stallone. Do you ever hear of Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah, sure did.
Rocky.
Yo.
Well, he did his first movie, and it was a real crummy movie. It was awful, and it wasn't. It had stupid things like they had. He was supposed to. He kept seeing this girl with a fur coat on. She opened up and she had nothing on. Then she closed the coat and then she had clothes on. And that's called porno. That's called, and then there was another yeah. So and then another porno part was where he decided to take a shower with this girl and she has no clothes on. So that's porno. And
Mhm.
then the other part was where they've got a black girl and she's dancing all over the place and she's got no clothes on. So
That would also be porno, I guess, right?
Yeah.
now that's heavy porno. That's really heavy porno. So anyway, I did music score for disco, and I thought, it's 1978, and I had to change my style. I was doing children. I was doing a TV show called the New Zoo Review. Did you ever hear of
Yeah, I
it?
remember that. Sure.
I composed the music for that.
Wow.
I did all
Oh,
the music.
wow.
I did it for 4 years. So anyway, I thought I want to do disco. I want to change my reputation. So somebody found out that they like the movie. They don't like the movie, but they like the music. So the, I don't know what this is, but here let me. So I so I they said we want to license your music from you, and I said you don't want to put an album out on this, do you? And they said yes, we would.
Oh, right. Oh, look at that.
Italian Stallion, Frank Stallone.
That's no. That's no. Before Sly did Rocky and all that, he was in a somewhat off-color film.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome. Check you
Oh,
out, man.
And it's all jazz and disco. Now, in the back, I said, nobody wants to hear disco. Disco is old fashioned. That's from 1970. No, everybody loves disco. So this is me recording in my studio. This is me about 5 years ago.
Wow. Flexing. That's funny.
Yeah.
Wow. And look at the machines.
It's
Wow. That's awesome, Del.
Send me
Wow.
an address. I'll mail you an LP. Now, this is a vinyl record. This is not this is not digital.
I have a turntable.
You have a turntable?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Well, send me an address. and
I will do it.
All right.
I'll send you an address. I'll send you my phone number, the email. I'll do all the contact because we have to keep this going. And before I let you go, let me remind you that we have like storytelling on Fridays,
Yes,
Free
and-
for All Friday. Anybody who's ever been on the show, we got guys from all walks of the business that come in. I'm going to have Angus reach out to you and remind you if you're available Friday, even for 5 minutes, come in and say hello because the stories are incredible.
Well, the viewers are all
And-
saying how much
yeah,
they
and
love
your stories are just
and
fantastic.
that they hope you
So,
come in on
yeah,
Friday.
I
so-
hope you'll come back, man. This was just really amazing.
And you know what I do besides perform? Is I produce anime shows from Japan. And I
Wow.
take the Japanese and dub them into English and I hire actors. And I have studios in Burbank, right by Warner Brothers. So I do that. So I just can't sit still. I just keep busy all the
Me
time.
That's
either, man.
great.
I know the feeling. I believe me. I'm a little bit behind you, but I'm still running. I'm still running
Okay.
full speed, Del.
TJ wants you
Oh.
to tell everybody
Oh.
when you played with Frank Zappa and
We've already been there, TJ. You're too
he
late,
said,
bud.
and when did Frank Zappa play drums with Dell?
Well, by the way, they've done a Zappa video. He filmed every one of our performances, and Joe's Garage has preserved all those film performances. And they said, "Is that you ripping on the guitar?" I said, "Of course it's me. I'm the one who ripped on all the guitar solos for Zappa."
Ah.
Those pictures are going to become available.
Well, I can't wait to see some of this stuff, Del. I'm going to shoot you an email as soon as we get together. Wrap this up. And like I said, I really hope you'll come in on a Friday. And TJ's got his segment tomorrow. He's doing the Key West Sunset Report tomorrow. So tune in for that.
Him and Pearl.
And yeah, him and Pearl. So man, let's keep the dialogue going, Del. And thank you. This was just phenomenal. This was great, man. Thank you so much.
And my thanks to TJ for putting us together.
Mine too.
Thank you, TJ, if you're
Thank you,
listening.
TJ.
Yeah.
You're Mr. Awesome. TJ is Mr. Awesome. Thank
He
you
is.
very, very much. Be sure my email is del@delcasher.com.
Okay,
Okay.
mine is the same, Steve at stevelongo.com. But I'll send everything to you, and we'll keep the fire burning, my friend.
You got it. Thank you
Pleasure.
so much.
Thank you so much, man.
Bye,
Really
Del.
great. Take care, Del.
Keep in touch. Okay, thank you guys very much.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable, man.
Wow, I
That
just
was
thought he
just
invented the
too
wah-wah
cool.
pedal.
Apparently, he's done a couple of things.
A few things.
Wow.
Everybody loved him and they want him to come back.
Show this to that kid, Jimi Hendrix.
Well, everybody loved him.
Man, wow, Del, that was great. I hope he comes in on Friday. And so, wow, that does it. Tomorrow, that's your. I don't want to steal
Oh,
you.
tomorrow we have Anything Goes Wednesday, and we also have the Key West Sunset Report with TJ and Pearl.
All right, did we get requests for tomorrow?
No, we didn't. Everybody was too in awe of Del there.
Yeah,
So-
thanks, Tom. I knew you would like it. I knew it. Okay. Well, anyway,
We'll figure something out.
I'll pick the stuff for you guys tomorrow.
Thank you, Lori.
Based on your prior picks.
Mega, Lori. Okay, yes. So, tomorrow night,
Tomorrow night.
Key West Sunset Report with TJ and Pearl.
Yes,
and
TJ.
Anything
I hope you're
Goes.
ready, man. I hope you're ready. We're ready for you, bro. This is going to be special. I can't wait. So yeah. Oh wait. Please let me do this.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow, Del was amazing.
He was amazing. So this is tomorrow,
Yep.
and as always, if I don't see you in the future, I'll see you in the pasture.
Good night, everybody.